Yeah, so I'm trying out this new mic right here, okay? And I had tried it out within like last week's videos as well too, and I low-key was like, I don't know if I like the way it sounds, but I guess I was like doing it wrong because I like ended up watching more people's reviews of this mic specifically. And I guess for like the best sound quality, it has to be within like 6 to 8 inches of your mouth for it to sound the best. And I just really feel like I am going to fumble this big time, y'all, because if you guys have not realized about me, I am somebody that I do talk with my hands a lot. Like, I move my hands a lot within videos, okay? Maybe you guys don't see it too much because the way I have the camera position, but I'm like, y'all, this is like literally right in my damn grill, and I feel like I'm going to hit it. So I'm like, this is a learning curve right here, but I'm trying to get like the best sound quality because I'm trying to get back into the podcast. But before I do that, I'm like, y'all, I kind of want to have like the best sound quality so that way I can turn it into like a listening platform as well too, which I don't even know how to do, y'all, because if you guys didn't watch the podcast before, we just did it on YouTube, and I didn't put it on any like audio only platforms because I just did not know how to do that. But I want to try to do that, so that's why I'm like, okay, I need to have like the best sound quality if it's going to be audio only for those that just want to listen. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyways, y'all, stick with me during this learning curve right here, and I guess we are going to be having a guest appearance from this mic from now on, and I guess I'm going to look like a real podcaster over here. Yay! Anyways, within today's video, we're going to be talking about Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein. Y'all, okay. I have to address something, okay, because the last time that I talked about Ethan Klein, I did say that I am just not too fond of him, and oh my gosh, I guess I bothered some people because, you know, he is really well liked. Obviously, he has a very big fan base. Come to find out, a lot of people that view his channel also view my channel. I recently saw this section within my YouTube dashboard that I could see like, oh, similar channels that my audience watches, so that way I know what type of content that you guys are like into. And y'all, Ethan Klein was one of the top, I want to say the top 5 YouTube channels. So I'm like, oh, no wonder why people were so pressed at me when I said that I just am not too fond of him. I want to get this clear, okay? One, for us to be friends, we don't have to all like and subscribe to the same people. Do you know what I'm saying? I really do feel like there are some people out there that I love. Like, y'all have let me know before that y'all can't stand Nicki Minaj. You know what I'm saying? However, at the end of the day, I love Nicki Minaj. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like right then and there, it's kind of like if y'all get out there and be like, oh, I can't stand Nicki Minaj, I'm like, okay, I'm not bothered about it. I'm not pressed by it. So to me, sometimes I'm like, okay, y'all don't need to take it, you know, that deep if I say that I don't like somebody. But I do got to keep it real with you guys. And that way you guys have a better understanding of me on this, is because the times that I have seen Ethan Klein, okay, like, one, I did really enjoy him on the Frenemies podcast because I feel like him and Trisha Paytas' dynamic, they were so opposite that I really do feel like it worked. Like, I feel like they were in the moment that things were going good. I feel like they were the perfect epitome of like opposites attract type of thing because their vibes were so different, but it really just meshed well for entertainment. Do you know what I'm saying? So I really did enjoy him there. However, I did watch some more of his episodes after they had had their breakup and whatnot, and I have seen other clips of him before on TikTok as well as YouTube. And I just have to say, a lot of the times that I see him act so aggressive and just so bothered and just so irritated and so mad, if I'm being honest, it low-key kind of triggers me. And I'm just being for real with you guys. Like, yo, I grew up with a parent who was very toxic, and just everything just seemed to be such a big deal. And it just, I don't know, I just felt like it was so much negativity, and that's kind of the impression that I got from him. I do not watch every single one of his episodes, if I'm being so for with you guys. I probably haven't watched since maybe like a month or 2 months after him and Trisha Paytas had broke up from the Frenemies podcast. So yeah, I guess maybe I haven't really given him the benefit of the doubt, but just everything that I have seen, I'm just like, oh, sir, like, it's just a bit too much, okay? And I know a lot of you guys were like, oh my gosh, you guys really enjoy his content, you guys really enjoy his podcast. However, everything that I have just seen so far, I'm just like, I just don't like it. And I don't see the big deal in that. Like, honestly, I really don't. Like, you guys will hear sometimes that I like a content creator, and if you guys don't like them, like, I'm not pressed about it. Like, y'all, I just feel like at the end of the day, like, if I like a song, y'all don't like a song, it's not that deep, and vice versa. Do you know what I mean? It kind of takes me back to when I was doing makeup reviews. Like, people would get so irritated that they loved a product and I didn't. I'm like, it just didn't work for me. It's not that deep. Anyways, we are going to be talking about Ethan Klein because he is bringing up Trisha Paytas yet again. I have to say this, okay? I find this to be a bit annoying, okay? If I'm keeping it so for with you guys, it's like, oh my gosh, the podcast has ended now for so long. And look, within today's video, I am going to play a clip from when he was talking about Trisha Paytas, and he is reacting to somebody else's video, okay? I do have to say that because I guess there was a lot of people like in his defense of saying, oh, he's just reacting to a video. But I'm like, y'all, at the end of the day, he chooses what he reacts to. Like, that's just not a put on the spot type of thing where he was on like Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Fallon's like asking him a question. It's like, no, he obviously chose to watch this clip and actually react to this clip. And I got to keep it real with you guys. Obviously, as somebody who has had a podcast and had a falling out with, you know, the person that I did the podcast with, there has been several comments, DMs, emails, okay, that I have wanted to publicly respond to because there's just so many things that were like dragged on behind the scenes. And for those of you on the Patreon, y'all know that as soon as I get back into the podcast, my first episode is going to be on Patreon only because I don't want to talk about this public, but I will talk about it, private. There's so many things that I want to say, however, I haven't. Do you know what I mean? Only because I feel like, okay, look, if this person's only being messy behind the scenes, maybe I should just be messy behind the scenes too. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, so they're not going public with it, so let me just go ahead and keep it off of public. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes some sense to you guys, because I really do feel like Trisha Paytas is just my opinion. Well, not even really my opinion. I feel like low-key it's kind of a fact. Trisha Paytas hasn't really talked about Ethan Klein at all. If you guys have paid attention to everything, Ethan Klein talks about Trisha Paytas more. And I feel, this is just my opinion, okay? Don't come for me, okay? But I really do feel like Ethan Klein comes for Trisha Paytas a little bit more just because of how much success that she has. And I'm just being honest with you guys. If you guys actually look at his content, when he does talk about Trisha Paytas, he does get more views, okay? I'm not even trying to be shady. I know the name of the game. Obviously, I do drama videos, and I know that drama sells, and I know that obviously when you have the most dramatic headline, or if you have beef with somebody or whatever, like obviously people are going to click on that video more. So I'm not even being shady when I say that, but I'm just saying maybe he does do this for a reason, to get his views up and to, get better pay or things like that. But I just feel like at some point, you kind of gotta let it go, y'all. And y'all, that's coming from somebody who oh my God, y'all, I have like wanted to speak out so badly about some things that have really been happening to me behind the scenes with this old person that I had a podcast with. When I tell you guys, I have never gotten done so dirty in my entire life. Not by an ex, not by an old friend, nobody. This person has done me so damn dirty. I'm like, what a grimy person. What a grimy person. And this has happened now for a year, over a year, and I haven't publicly said anything about it yet. Maybe I have, said a little bit of something on a live before, because I'm like, oh, there's only a little bit of people on here. Let me be a little bit messy because there's not too many people. You know what I'm saying? However, I haven't publicly said it because I'm like, yo, I battle back and forth of, do I want to be this damn messy? And ultimately, to answer that question, yes, I will be messy, but up on Patreon, because it's obviously private, and it's not going to be on public. You know what I'm saying? So my whole point of even bringing up that in correlation with Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas is, I'm like, at some point, like, this fool has to give it up. Anyways, y'all, speaking of Trisha Paytas, I have to say, I really do feel like she is living her best life. And I just want Trisha Paytas, for it to be known that everybody out there is like, yo, we could all have made mistakes in the past. Trisha Paytas, to me, y'all, she has been called out for how many different things. Like, she came out as like non-binary, she came out as trans, like she has done like the most crazy outlandish things, and I feel like she has really become such a wholesome person now. And I really do feel like she is a prime example of people can learn, change, and grow. And this, I kind of hope that people, learn from that, because I feel like everybody this day and age is just so caught on like, oh my gosh, this person said this 10 years ago, this person made this video 10 years ago, this person had this opinion 10 years ago. And it's like, y'all, I'm low-key, I'm not saying this to be shady because I don't even wish this upon anybody, but I'm low-key kind of surprised that like nobody has, like, from Trisha Paytas' new fan base, let's just say, has like went back in her past and made a compilation. Why can't I still get that word correct, y'all? It really bothers me that I can't get it correct. Compilation. Because I feel like I've said it for so long of compilation. Do you know what I mean? That it's just ingrained in my brain now. And I'm like, compilation. I'm really surprised that nobody has made a compilation of Trisha Paytas' like most controversial moments. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like low-key it's probably going to come, just knowing the way that people are. But I have to say, like, now, y'all, her being on Broadway, her like being on Euphoria, and just all the brand deals and things that she's getting, I'm like, oh my God, y'all, she was on a Mac ad. Like, I'm like, she is really doing the damn thing right now. And I'm so happy for her. But sometimes, okay, keeping it real, I feel like Ethan Klein does get a little bit bitter of that, okay? And that's just my opinion, and that's not me being shady whatsoever, because I'll keep it a buck with you guys. I'm bitter that mine and my old friendship podcast end. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I loved our podcast. I loved our dynamic. I loved filming. It was so fun to me. I genuinely had such a good time. And I was like, y'all, I'm going to do this shit till the day I die because I enjoy it so much. So yeah, I am still bitter till this day that it ended, and maybe he's still bitter that frenemies ended, and I feel like that's totally fine. However, I feel like at some point you do kind of have to like give it up, because it's like, okay, let's go ahead and let it go, because Trisha Paytas is not really dragging this on too much. By the way, speaking of her, y'all, I don't know if you guys saw, low-key, I haven't seen a video of this, but I just seen people talking about it, that I guess on her Broadway debut of Beetlejuice, that like during her scene, she went to go sit down at one of the chairs and the chair broke, y'all. I was like, oh my gosh, I wonder how she like reacted from that, and I wonder like how she picked herself up, how did the cast act, because honestly, y'all, I literally would have been shitting bricks. I would have been like mortified. I probably would have just like cried there on stage. Like, honestly, or I would have just ran off the stage because I would have been so damn embarrassed. I'm like, imagine making your Broadway debut and you go to sit down and like a chair breaks. Like that's low-key embarrassing. But I guess maybe like a really good actor would like play it off and make it seem like it's part of the show. I guess that's what you do. I don't know. I ain't no damn actor. Anyway, so I do want to go ahead and talk about this clip right here to where oh my gosh, Ethan Klein is talking about Trisha Paytas. I have to let you guys know this is him reacting to a clip, okay? So he is answering several different questions, and I'm just really curious to know your guys' thoughts and opinions about everything, only because I guess it seems to be a really big topic of conversation of like how much money that she has made from the Frenemies podcast. And y'all, he stated within this clip, or during that live, y'all, I don't remember if it's in the clip that I'm going to show you guys, but that she allegedly made millions from being on that podcast. And I'm like, y'all, that podcast did not have a very long run. So I'm like, oh my God, the fact that she made millions from it. Damn, I knew the podcast was extremely successful, but I'm like, millions? That is crazy to me. Y'all, I swear I would have been like, okay, we got to do what we got to do to make this friendship work. Let's go ahead and go to therapy. We can podcast our therapy sessions. Let's make it work. Like, y'all, if I'm making that amount of money, damn, I would not be able to drop it. Anyway, so I do want to go to play this clip right here for you guys. Check it out.
That show was our creation. We made it. We put it on. All she did was show up a couple hours a week. In no world is 45% not an unbelievably gracious, unbelievably generous.
You paid for the set. You hired I was hired around that time. You said you were ramping up the episodes.
I don't even think, did she even pay me back for the set? I was just like, it's fine.
I don't think.
No,
I don't
we didn't even split the cost, right? I built the set, which was a really professional set.
But also, she just showed up. Like, she had to do nothing but...
Exactly. It doesn't matter how good the production was or wasn't. Like you said, a 45% deal on a show that you
just show up.
You just show up and do the show.
We worked all week preparing those.
More than reasonable. Yeah.
Trisha made millions. I would say she made millions of dollars from that show.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, like, how is that even a point? Like, we actually have salaried employees where if we take a week off, they still get paid. Like, they get benefits. They get a good competitive salary. Like, you just don't know what you're talking about.
Also, we're taking their limited time per week out to work on this show.
Yes.
Are you investing?
Wait. Let me address that one. She just asked, did your employees get a raise because of that? Yes. Yeah, I got a really fat raise when Frenemies took off. Yes.
Thank you for saying that.
You guys are very generous. That was my first year. I got a big raise as well. You've always been generous. There's tons of things where we made like a lot of money on merch and a lot of things that, you know, your audience, and you've given us all the profits. You know, there's, besides all the raises and all the bonuses you've given us, just little things I can't even think off the top of my head. You know, one, for example, we were driving to Michigan once for a wedding because the flights were like crazy expensive. On the road, Ethan called me. He's like, I don't want you guys to drive. I'm worried about you guys driving that far. And he's like, I'll pay for the tickets. Just don't drive. And it was so kind. There's so many times you guys have done this.
I got to keep it real with you guys. I, have not had like the best impression of Ethan Klein, only because I do see so many clips of him just acting completely outlandish and very like angry and mad. You know what I'm saying? But I do like that Abe, one of the crew members, had said that I guess he was going to, I forget, was a vacation or a wedding or something like that. And I guess Ethan Klein didn't want him driving because the driving conditions could have been bad, and he paid for their plane tickets. I'm like, y'all, things like that. I'm like, oh my gosh, like that's really, really sweet of him. And his crew members obviously backing him up and saying that they're very generous. I think that that's really awesome. And also too, like, it really should be, a testament to their obviously good employers that these people have stuck with them for so long and continue to work with them. Because honestly, y'all, let's go ahead and keep it real. When people are on a public setting, like, y'all, they could have had every opportunity now to quit the show and like bash him if he really was like a horrible person like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think that it sucks that some people get out there and bash Ethan Klein in that type of way. I don't think he's a horrible person. I don't think he's like, the devil or anything. I just feel like, damn, a lot of times that I see him talk, I'm like, woof, this man, he just gets really angry. And that's why I'm kind of turned off by him. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I'm like, okay, it's clear to see that obviously he knows what he's doing, and obviously having, a crew and a team and everything like that. Also, can I keep it real with you guys? Okay, if you guys paid attention within that clip, I was like, what? I guess that girl was talking about like 2 curtains hanging or whatever, and I guess like for their podcast, backdrop or whatever. Ethan Klein had said that it was really expensive. And I'm sitting over here like, I'm a little bit confused because I'm not even trying to be rude whatsoever. Y'all know when I did my podcast, we did that shit on my couch. Y'all know that I'm over here in the damn corner of my room with some Amazon bookshelves and some freaking succulents that were $5 each. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, I have like the cheapest setup ever, so I'm not bashing whatsoever. But I will be the first to say that this is cheap. I'm just a little bit thrown off at how that set cost so much when it quite literally was a pink curtain and a black curtain. Like, I'm not even being shady. I'm like, was it really that expensive? How much is a damn curtain? Like, I don't really get it. Like, yes, the mics are expensive, okay? Like, honestly, y'all, like the Shure SMB, whatever the hell, like everyone has. Oh, there I go, hitting the damn mic. Those like podcast mics or whatever, like, y'all, for everything included, it could be like $1,000. So I know that type of stuff could be a little bit expensive. However, I'm pretty sure that he already had that equipment. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's been doing the podcast before. Anyways, y'all, I just wanted to talk about this topic because I do got to keep it real. I'm like, okay, fool, at what point are you gonna give it up? Because like this has been dragged out for so damn long now. Anyways, make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.